Y'all ain't know this, but the way I crack dudes be like pain relief cream, cause I've been gay. This entire video was really just a terrible setup to make that not funny joke. Cause like I ran out of ideas months ago. That's why I had to fucking shave my head bald, let the terrible hairline show. I'm putting it out there because I'm creatively bankrupt. Ain't nothing going on up here. I don't even deserve to have hair. Here. It's just like because I Google stuff like what should YouTubers talk about because I go on a year-long hiatus after every video completely flops, and the top answers are from Reddit, so you already know it's just some fuckhead coming up with whatever, and it's just stuff like have something that is very important to you, know a decent amount about that thing, and be willing to learn more about that thing. But I don't give a fuck about anything enough to make a video on it. I don't know shit about anything, and I definitely don't want to be learning about stuff. I gave that shit up when I graduated high school. Just kidding, I never graduated. So thank you to Fokker XC. I don't know who that is. I'm probably never gonna find out what your channel is. I'm definitely not gonna look it up, but thanks for your terrible advice. And like it only gets worse when I Google current events because it's like the same fucking 5 headlines recycled, and it's like I can't even talk about this. It's all stuff that get me demonetized. And like, you know what, it really doesn't matter because I'm not going to make any money off of this anyway. That's my problem. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm not funny, so we're cutting this part out. I had a weird dream the other night that I got pulled over in my car, and it was some like old fucking female police officer. So it's like, I don't know, this is already like a weird setup because I feel like it should be an old male police officer because now I can't even be mad. She's like out there girl bossing. She's been girl bossing for a while because she's old in this career. Being a cop in general, it's like either you make it to the end or you brains out towards the beginning. That's what I would do if I was a cop anyway. I'm entirely uneducated on like police rates anyway, so you know, do your own research. But I had this nightmare that I'm calling it a nightmare because this was one of my biggest fears. I got pulled over and didn't get let off with a warning because when she asked me for my registration, I had like 3 registrations and none of them were for the car I was in. I don't even own 3 vehicles in real life. So, and if I did, why would I keep multiple registrations on me? But for some reason in the moment that made sense, and she's just completely like fucking letting me have it because I'm being an irresponsible driver. I don't know what I got pulled over for, but I think I had this nightmare as a manifestation of my like concerns over the fact that I regularly cut people off in real life. I'm a terrible driver, and I did that the day prior, so then I had this nightmare, and it ended with me getting a $500 ticket. I'm pretty sure in real life they impound your car if you don't have your registration. At least that's what I would make the law if I was making the laws, but I don't make the laws, and we're probably all better off for that because I would be a terrible congressman or whatever. Then I woke up the next day, and after the anxiety settled from that whole debacle, my real life not girlfriend called me asking if she could move into my house, and I've been talking to her for like a week. So I was like, no. And then she was like, okay, bye, and then hung up. And that was the end of that. All my relationships are pretty short-lived because I have a terrible personality and I'm broke as fuck. Because it's like, I think the solution, can't say that on YouTube, I think the solution that will be one that, man, I'm really not phrasing this very well. I think my solution that will finally fix my problem of being a bad YouTuber is I just have to accept that I can come on here and say whatever I want so long as the powers that be agree with it. That being YouTube terms of service and the US government, both of which probably will take an issue with whatever I say regardless. I just realized you can see my can of definitely not branded caramelized brown carbonated beverage that's brown and sugary that I can't show the logo of because our corporate overlords will decide that I don't deserve any more money. But again, just kidding. Oops, so showing a little too much logo there. Yeah, just kidding. I'm not going to get paid off of this anyway. I don't know what is in the hand soap I've been using, but it doesn't smell good. I don't know. It's just the same generic store brand hand soap from Walmart that I always get, and this time it smells like fucking dead whale guts or something, or nut, or Kevin Durant's gym bag or something. I don't know. I gotta try some new hand soap. I really need a higher standard of living for myself overall. I mean, this chair I found it by the dumpster. Probably was the cup chair. Probably been nutted on a few times or something. And the vinyl off it is flaking like crazy. I can pull chunks off it. Like, see that? See? And see, there it goes. I ignored it up. I got them lying all over my house. I've had to vacuum like 17 times. It's ridiculous. It sticks to my feet. I got in the shower this morning and it looked like just a trail of ants was going towards the drain. So yeah, but I found this chair, sprayed it down with Lysol, then I took fucking Clorox wipes and smeared it all over it. Tried to get off whatever I could. And this is my chair now because I'm a lazy, frugal, Scrooge ass piece of shit. And I will find any excuse I can to get out of having to pay more money, even if that means a free chair that probably has stuff on it I don't want to know about. But you know, the good thing about it though is in the end, I can pass it on to the next person when I inevitably leave it out by the dumpster, and whatever substances I got on it, now they have to clean off and just try not to think about. So the circle of life continues. Y'all ever look yourself in the mirror and realize how chopped you are? I do every day. I actually had a mirror in my shower I used to shave because I was like, oh, if I know how to shave right, maybe I'll look less chopped. But no, every morning it just makes me realize how chopped I am. Again, terrible hairline. You can even see light from this shitty lamp in my fucking room reflecting off my shiny ass scalp. Like, it just gets worse from here. I should just accept it at this point. Speaking of being chopped, I hopped in the Xbox party the other day, and my friend just out of nowhere goes chopped unk chunk, and that's like the funniest thing in the world to me. Y'all ever like suddenly become aware of the fact that money only has value that we ascribe to it? I know smarter people than me have brought this up before, but I think about it every now and then. It's like, you know, what if I just like off the cashier instead, and that's my way of paying for items? But no, soliciting sex is illegal. You can't get favors from it and stuff unless you do, which is somehow different. But no, instead you take green paper and you ascribe value to that, and if you don't, but then you have to go metaphorically your boss off to get it. And that's how you get that raise. You get more green paper, and then you go to a prostitute and illegally pay them to you off. And that's how money works at the end of the day, in its most simple form. I hate that like every 5 weeks it feels like my life changes now and I end up in some new space. Hopefully that'll be done for a while because I'm now finally in my own apartment instead of a bum ass dorm room. But on the bright side, like my address was changing constantly, so it was like no one could track me down. Even the people who managed that dorm building kept going to the wrong room because they thought I was still in it. And they're the ones that moved me from that room because they said, oh, we're starting construction. You have to get out now. So then I had to move all my stuff, which really wasn't that bad because I own nothing because I live in squalor. I gotta box all that up, move across the whole complex to a new room, and then like the last week, I didn't have power or water. Well, okay, I had water. I still had a shower, but my sink drain pipe burst. So I just pooled water all over my bathroom floor, just everywhere. And I had to wash my hands in the shower. And then, like I said, power went out, couldn't charge my phone, couldn't play games on the PC, couldn't do nothing, no internet. Shit was ass. So I basically lived like in third world conditions for 2 weeks straight before I finally decided I got to get the fuck out of there. So I just tanked the hit to my fucking salary and now pay out like 50% of it for rent every month. But at least I have really good internet now. I didn't get a choice in it because the building contracts with Cox Wireless. But you know what? At the end of the day, I love Cox. Cox is doing me right, okay? Cox is fast. When I had to call the guy out to get it set up, he came fast, and I like that. I like that with Cox. I mean, really, there's no end to the jokes you can make. It is the most unfortunate name you could possibly pick. I feel bad for people whose name actually is Cox because, like, I mean, it's just too easy. I'm like reminded of that clip from WWE where he's just going like, "Oh, you hate chickens. I don't hate chickens. You hate cocks." Throw up the clip now. I don't care. I don't care if I get fucking copyright hit. I'm gonna throw it up.
I don't hate you.
Another thing I hate is that y'all don't see it, but this video has been like going on for 13 minutes as I'm recording it, just non-stop, and I'm taking like minute-long pauses of silence to think up the next thing. And no matter how hard I try, none of these are just straight bangers, just straight zingers off the rip. Everything I say isn't funny or is really stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm sitting here in silence, alone in my room, talking to myself. And I still got the audacity to be like, I don't need therapy. And it's like, it's 2 a.m. on a Monday, and I gotta go to work tomorrow anyway. So I feel like I got nothing better to do. I might as well, let the voices in my head out into the world. Well, that's kind of all for now. This probably still ain't gonna get views, and honestly, I'm fine with that. But, yeah, stay tuned for nothing more, because I'm going on another year-long hiatus. I don't give a no more. If y'all ain't finished high school, like me, go get a degree, get your GED, then get a degree. You need the GED to get a degree at most places, or go to community college. Do something with your life, find a passion, move out of your parents' basement, and get some of that money so you can go pay a prostitute to illegally you off, so you don't have to keep off the cashier every time you need to buy something. Yeah, that's kind of all I got for you. Sorry you wasted your time here. Bye-bye.